Welcome back to Poughkeepsie Live. It's Thursday one more time. We are here live, Channel 23, Time Warner Cable. I tell you, I got a great show for you tonight. We have Patti Rothberg. She's a musical guest. Also, we have Mitch Ditkoff. He is from Face the Music. He's going to be talking about what he does. Let's start the show off with Patti Rothberg.
Caught myself again, trapped in time. I've been through you before, so you come as no surprise. Still there's something new, and you're asking me why. I would give anything to you if you held out your hand. I would give anything to you. Nothing I can say in a song can do justice to you. Nothing I can do in my life to prove myself true. Oh, please understand that I would give anything to you if you held out your hand. I would give anything to you. Don't you understand? I remember when there were times I thought I'd never see our face again, but I can feel the connection from the message that you send, and I would give anything to you if you held out your hand. I would give anything to you. Don't you understand? There's nothing I can say about the one I love. The feeling is the same. The word is not enough. There's nothing I can say about the one I love. The feeling is the same. The word is not There's nothing I can say about the one I love. There's nothing I can say about the one I love. The feeling is the same. The word is not enough. There's nothing I can say about the one I love. The feeling is the same. The word is not enough. Haven't done a thing today, I'm just sitting around wasting time away. And even if I wanted to, I can go outside, there ain't nothing to do. I think I'll write a letter home telling everybody that I'm happy alone. Or maybe if I play the role, I can roll myself into a big black hole. I can roll myself on down the line, telling everybody that I'm just fine. My troubled mind I can't confide, and we are all the same. thinking about my friends, saying they'll be with me till the bitter end. I don't know how we can get that far when I don't even know who the hell they are. I can roll myself on down the line, telling everybody that I'm just fine. A troubled mind I can't confide, but we are all the same. Inside, 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 inside. I can roll myself on down the line, telling everybody that I'm just fine. My troubled mind I can't confide, but we are all the same. I can roll myself on down the line, telling everybody that I'm just fine. My troubled mind I can't confide, but we are all the same. Inside.
Okay, you just heard from Patti Rothberg. You're going to hear a lot more from her in just a little bit of time. We'll be right back with more Poughkeepsie Live. You got to stay tuned. Welcome back to Poughkeepsie Live, the See and View segment. Tonight's special guest is Patti Rothberg. Welcome.
Hi, Paul. Thank you.
So tell me about Patti. I mean, I know about Patti, but I don't think there's other people that
I know.
need
I
to know
gotta
about
share
Patti.
it. I gotta share the news. I am what some people refer to as a singer-songwriter. I'm also a guitar player. I play bass. I had a record out in '96 that was on a major label, and I played bass and guitar, and pretty much I played everything on the record except for drums. And I went and I toured with a live band, and I played all kinds of radio festivals, and people that are still out playing, like No Doubt, and
What was I like? Tell me about that.
it was completely surreal because I started out as I was a student of art at Parsons in New York City, and I wanted to just be an illustrator. And I played music for fun, but I really never pursued it realistically as, you know, a career choice until I started playing in the subway for spare change, and I met up. It was basically the summer of 1994 that was my fateful summer, because I met the person who would be my producer of the first record. Okay. And
hit it off with him, start doing good stuff.
Yeah, we just started making some recordings. The way that I originally met him is I went to guitar camp with him in Connecticut with some of the members of Big Sister, and actually one former member who's now in a band called Swivel Hips. And anyway, so this guy was, you know, he was studying production and I was studying guitar, and we just re-met in '94, and we just hit it off and recorded some demos, and that turned into a whole album, which then very soon snowballed into you know, being courted by all these labels, and I'd never heard of anything like that. It was just
so you got some money, got to go on tour and stuff.
So yeah, it's sort of like they give you a loan and you go and sort of make the most of it. Okay. Really kind of fun.
So what was it like touring with some of these bands? I mean,
well, some of them you know, I'd heard of them, but I didn't know how huge they would become. Like actually in '94 I also went to Woodstock, where I was in one of these booths doing caricatures, so I was still actually doing art. Okay. And I remember Sheryl Crow was playing, and everyone was joking around with me because I brought my guitar in the tent, and they were saying, you know, well, Sheryl is, you know, I hear Sheryl is taking a break, maybe you should run up there and do a song. Back then, and this was before I had met Dave or done any of the record stuff, and I was really kind of shy, and I hadn't like come out of my shell, and I hadn't even played any of my original material for anyone yet. So to make a long story short, I mean, I'd heard of Sheryl Crow back then, but only as just a whisper of a name, you know, it was sort of just when her record was coming out, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's like a household word, and that was sort of like what it was like touring for me. But then there were other people, like I did a short tour with Paul Westerberg from The Replacements, and I grew up listening to you know, I had The Replacements, Let It Be, and if it's something that personally touches you in that way, like you've listened to their record at home, then it affects you much more than, you know, who's the hit of the moment when you meet them.
So now you have a new album out. It's called Candelabra.
Candelabra Cadabra.
Cadabra. What is that?
It means in, I think it's, what's the word, Kabbalic or some ancient, maybe Latin. I create as I speak, like abracadabra.
Okay.
But then the Candelabra Cadabra part is, I have a favorite painting by John Waterhouse. It's like a pre-Raphaelite painting of a woman sitting with her long hair in a boat. She's got a candelabra with 3 tears on it, or whatever you call them, prongs. I don't know what you call them.
Okay.
And she's sort of like, it's the painting of the Lady of Shalott, which is a poem where the woman sort of like sets out to meet her fate, to meet her destiny. And so it's like you're partially doing something active to find your fate, but at the same time you're a passive like passenger in your rowboat. So Candelabra Cadabra is sort of a combination between I create as I speak, meaning I will make something happen but you have to will it to happen.
Okay.
And that's what that is.
Okay, let's see where we can see Patti right now. I'm willing it to happen here. Okay, we got April 20th, Saturday, 9 p.m. at Joshua's in Woodstock, New York. Also, April 26th, Friday, 10:30 p.m. the Fez in New York City, New York. If you'd like to get in touch with Patti and book her, the phone number is 201-907-0967, and you can reach her on the web at www.pattirothberg.com. Also, cropduster.com. That's where we can get the CD.
That's correct. A good central location for every kind of website that I have is pattirothberg.com.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to remember, you know. And from there, you can go to esoterica.com, which is my friend Jason Thompson's website that I'm doing art on temporarily. I'm also doing the Crop Duster, which is actually the artist collective label that that I'm still on for a while. And yeah, and you can also get your portrait done by me. Details on the web.
I've seen it. It looks pretty good. You do a good job. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to draw you, Paul. So.
Okay, I'm there. So not a problem.
All right, then. That'll
I
be $200.
probably have to get a haircut or something. I don't know.
No,
it's
perfect.
a little strange. You know?
Good. I like it.
So tell me about your band.
Well, I've got Freddie Katz on guitar. Freddie is an amazing technician. He's a sound guy by profession. Well, he's a producer and engineer first, and actually, I don't know what he would say. He's sort of a guitar player first, and then a producer engineer, and then he also works at Fez doing sound. So, and he's also my boyfriend.
Okay.
Very nice. What else? We've got David Leatherwood on the bass. Snappy Dresser, excellent bass player. He has his own band called 2, like the number 2.
All right.
I've seen them. They're definitely worth checking out. And Dan Vonnegut, the drummer, he is related to Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
Oh, terrific.
But I don't know how closely. And I'm related to Harry Houdini.
Are you really?
Okay. Harry Weiss is his I was going to say maiden name, but that's not right. Harry Weiss is his name before he got to the Houdini part, or made it up or whatever.
Okay.
So it's a really tight band. It's a great band. And we're going to go out and
do some
support this
magic for
record.
us,
Yeah,
right?
we're going to make it happen. I create as I speak.
All right, not too bad. And you're going to be touring, I guess, very soon now.
The record just came out Tuesday, April 9th.
Okay.
And I went and I wanted to see for myself, because it took so long to come out, this one, if it was actually going to be there. And sure enough, it was there in Tower and Virgin. And I'm just going to spend all my time looking in record stores and making sure it's in there.
Well, congratulations.
So you should do that too.
We want to make sure that we go out and buy the Patti Rothberg album. It's pretty good.
Awesome.
Absolutely good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay. I think we had a teeny bit more time in store for.
Okay.
What are we in store for later tonight?
We're going to play sort of a short sample set of what we might play in concert. So if any of you out there in TV land were to see us, this is some of what you might, sort of a cross-section of, you know, some of the old stuff that we did, you know, and meaning stuff before I actually met this band, like stuff from the first album that I was talking about before, and some Candelabra Cadabra stuff. So
I'm psyched.
I'm really psyched.
Okay, let's get right to it.
Okay.
Okay, got more Poughkeepsie Live coming up right after this, so you got to stay tuned.